Zadar from Chaos Devices is one of my favorite modules. In fact, I own 3 of them. Modular is nothing if not excessive. But really, I'm drawn to Zadar first by its 260 different shapes, and then the visuals, which instantly tell you what's going on, and finally to the ability to easily attenuate the signals going out, so you can really get subtle modulation. A lot of times when I'm using this module, I'm basically using it for complex, infinitely looping shapes to give other modules that slight movement so they feel a little bit more alive. It's just a very easy module to understand, and I've used Zadar to actually illustrate the concept of modulation to people who are new to modular. Recently, I came across a video on Chaos's social channels that utilizes Zadar as a drum machine. I was like, whoa, this is awesome. So for this video, I'm totally indebted to that great idea and decided to give it a shot myself. I'll link to that video in the description, but let's listen to some sounds and I'll break down the patch. Okay, so what's going on with this patch? So basically Stolper Beats is our main sequencer, and I'm using the kick, snare, hi-hat, and perk 1 on it. Stolper Beats is sending those triggers into the second Zadar module, the middle one. Even though Zadar usually makes LFOs and envelopes, here I'm treating the outputs as audio, and all 4 of them are going into the Quadrat, which I'm using as a mixer, and then I'm bringing that output into the ALM multi-effects. The first Zadar is modulating 3 parameters of the bit corruptor. On the multi-effects, we're changing the repeat risk, the glitch risk, and the overall mix of the effect, or the dry-wet. All 4 of the channels on the first Zadar are sloping up at odd times, so you sort of never really know when the effects are going to happen. And then channel C is being modulated by the third Zadar. Then this channel on the third Zadar is modulating the high room on the polydactyl Versio, which acts as a final dynamics processing before our output. So I'll just show you what sounds I've picked for this first drum kit, if we want to call it that. And all together, it sounds like this. Let's play with the polydactyl Versio a bit for even more fine-grained control. The band splits work really well to control overall brightness or darkness of the sounds. Zadar is great because you can save presets, so you can essentially have a bunch of kits ready to go. If you're following along with me, definitely play with the warp and time parameters, as those seem to be super crucial for sculpting the right type of drum sounds you want. All right, let's try modulating the shape of A to give us a little bit more randomness. And we could turn down the intensity of that as well, so it doesn't go totally crazy, just so it changes every once in a while. And that's how you make a Zadar drum circle. Pretty cool, right? All right, so I love these kind of weird IDM beats, which honestly I wasn't expecting to get out of the Zadar. Having Stolper Beats as the sequencer also just injects so much liveliness in the groove itself. It's almost like having a collaborator. Anyway, I hope that inspires some of you to create some atypical drum beats the next time you're in front of your system. See you next time.